Join me as I share my journey of confronting the biggest shock of my life, finding out my wife cheated on me, and how I plan to move forward from this. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing a very personal and emotional story with you all. It's a story that's been weighing heavily on my heart, and I'm not sure where to even begin. To be honest, I'm still trying to process everything that's happened. The emotions are still raw, and it's hard for me to talk about. But I feel like sharing my story might help me heal, and maybe even help some of you who might be going through something similar. Love has a way of wrapping itself around you, pulling you into its warmth, making you believe in forever. That's how I felt when I met her. 5 years ago, on a breezy autumn evening, I saw her standing at the corner cafe, her auburn hair catching the golden glow of the setting sun. She was laughing at something, her head thrown back, eyes sparkling with the kind of joy that made me stop in my tracks. Her name was Claire. From the moment we met, it felt like fate had drawn us together. We had an effortless connection, late-night conversations that stretched into dawn, stolen glances that spoke volumes, and a love that seemed unshakable. She was my dream, my future, my home. When I proposed 2 years into our relationship, she said yes with tears in her eyes, and I thought my life was finally complete. But love, I would later learn, can be deceiving looking back. The warning signs were there, subtle but undeniable. The way she started coming home later than usual, the frequent nights out with friends she never introduced me to, the text messages she would hurriedly close whenever I entered the room. I ignored them all, convincing myself that I was overthinking, that Claire loved me, that we were untouchable. As the wedding day approached, something in her changed. She became distant, her laughter less frequent, her touch colder. I asked her about it once, and she sighed, brushing a hand through her hair. It's just the stress of planning everything. I want our day to be perfect. I believed her. Because why wouldn't I? Love isn't supposed to come with doubts. Love is trust, and I trusted Claire with everything I had. The wedding day was a dream. At least, that's what it seemed like from the outside. The vows were spoken, the rings exchanged, and as I kissed her, I felt the whole world pause. She was mine, forever. But even then, there was something in her eyes. A flicker of hesitation. A shadow of something I couldn't name. During the reception, she laughed and danced, but there was a moment, just a moment, when I saw her with one of the groomsmen, whispering in a way that made my stomach twist. I shook the feeling off, telling myself I was just being paranoid. I was wrong. The honeymoon was supposed to be magical. We had chosen a secluded beach resort, the kind of place where love stories deepened, where memories were made. But Claire was different. She would leave our suite for long walks alone, stare at her phone with a look I couldn't decipher, and at night, she would turn away from me, as if the ocean waves outside were more comforting than my embrace. "Are you okay?" I asked her one evening, my fingers brushing over her arm. She hesitated before nodding. "Just tired." I told myself she needed space. That love meant understanding. That whatever she was feeling, she would let me in when she was ready. She never did. Back home, reality settled in. The glow of the honeymoon faded, and something shifted between us. Claire became even more distant, her phone always within reach, her explanations vague. I told myself to stop doubting, that marriage had its ups and downs, that she was still the woman I fell in love with. Until the day I found the message. It was an accident, really. She had left her phone on the kitchen counter while she was in the shower. A notification lit up the screen.
Can't stop thinking about last night.
My hands trembled as I picked up the phone. My heart pounded so loudly, I thought it might deafen me. With shaking fingers, I unlocked it. And there it was. Message after message. Words that shattered my world. Confessions of passion. Plans made behind my back. The truth staring me in the face. Undeniable and cruel. Claire was cheating on me. I don't remember how long I stood there, rereading the messages, hoping, praying, that there was some other explanation. That this wasn't real.
But it was.
When she stepped out of the shower, wrapped in a towel, smiling at me like nothing had changed, I felt my world tilt. Who is he? My voice was hoarse, foreign to my own ears. She froze, her smile fading. What are you talking about? I held up the phone. Don't lie to me, Claire. For a moment, I saw it in her eyes. The fear, the guilt, the realization that she had been caught. And then the walls went up. She snatched the phone from my hands, her expression hardening. You had no right to go through my messages. I laughed bitterly. That's what you're worried about? Your privacy? What about our marriage? What about everything we built? She swallowed, looking away. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. And with those 3 words, my world came crashing down. The days that followed felt like walking through a storm without an umbrella. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. My mind replayed every moment, every memory, twisting them into something tainted. How had I missed the signs? How had I let this happen? Claire begged for forgiveness, said it was a mistake, that she still loved me. But love wasn't supposed to feel like betrayal. It wasn't supposed to leave you shattered. I knew I had to leave. Healing wasn't easy. There were days when the pain felt unbearable, when I questioned everything about myself. But slowly, piece by piece, I started to rebuild. I focused on me. I went to therapy. I leaned on friends. I traveled. I rediscovered parts of myself I had lost in loving someone who didn't love me the same way. And one day, I woke up and realized that Claire no longer defined my story, that my future wasn't tied to my past. I was freed. Anyone going through heartbreak know this, you are not alone. Pain may feel endless, but it isn't. You will heal. You will grow. And one day, you will look back and realize that losing them was the best thing that ever happened to you. Because you deserve love that doesn't make you question your worth. And so, I want to thank you all for listening to my story. It's been a tough journey, but I hope that by sharing it, I can help others who might be going through something similar. If you have a story you'd like to share, please comment below. Let's support each other and grow together. Don't forget to subscribe for more personal stories, and if you want to watch another related video, I'll put a link in the description box below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.